If you want to witness what makes my heart skip a beat, you better buckle up, Buttercup, because this is one of my all-time favorite topics. It is intuitive design. This is going to be a reoccurring theme in future episodes. The best way to create the life of your dreams is to design it yourself. And I thought to myself, what better way to familiarize the audience with the topic than to dedicate a micro episode, if you will, specifically introducing the concept of intuitive design. By the end of today's show, you will not only fully understand what the concept of intuitive design means, you'll also walk away with an actionable takeaway to make your life better with absolutely $0 investment today. So stay tuned all the way through to the end, folks. You will not regret it. Let's go. Welcome to Wellbeing by Design, the podcast where we explore the art and science of authentic well-being. I'm your host, Eva Allen, here to help you craft a balanced life at home, at work, and across the globe. Together, we'll uncover the practical tools and insights to design a life well lived. Don't forget to follow along and subscribe wherever you watch or listen to your favorite podcasts so you never miss a beat. Welcome to Intuitive Design 101. This is one of my all-time favorite topics because it's kind of like the scientific definition of a bio lifestyle hack, and it's just so incredibly easy. The biggest part of adopting it is the simple awareness of what it is and understanding how it can make a huge impact on your life, your family's life, your business, your teams, your people, your culture. So let's go ahead and jump straight in, starting with the basic definition of intuitive design. What is it? I like to steal things from the world of science and business and then take the concept and apply it to my own life. When it comes to cognitive science, intuitive design focuses on creating interfaces that feel natural and are easy to use, minimizing the need for explicit instructions or learning. We have what is called a cognitive load. And this is essentially an equation or a calculation which boils down to how difficult is it to make a decision and how can we leverage intuition to help us make the best decisions without even thinking about it. It's not hard because it's simply intuitive. You don't have to go to your executive state. Remember from our last concept of self episode what the executive state is? If you don't remember, revisit the concept of self episode number 4, so that you understand what it means to go into your executive state. Let's go ahead and start with a couple of realistic examples of what intuitive design is. And then I will give you a very simple piece of homework that you can take as a practical exercise and apply it to your own life as early as today. Stick with me to the end on this one. You will not regret it because this is potentially going to change your life forever in the best way possible. It's kind of funny because when you think of intuitive design, when you're studying it from a cognitive science perspective, typically what you study in school applies directly to product management and user interface or user experience. How easy is it for someone to find your product? How easy is it for them to buy it, to navigate it, to use it, to want to recommend it to other people? It can be applied to a product, a service, a solution. It can be an online interface, an app. It can even be something tangible like a vacuum or a health and beauty product. And there are entire teams of experts dedicated to this from a business perspective. So my question to you is, if there are entire teams of experts dedicated to this for businesses to help them be successful, who in your life is dedicated to creating your own user interface or your own user experience that makes it easy for you? The very first example that I personally ever connected the dots with, it was during my undergraduate studies when we were tasked with choosing something to study and to detail out how it used intuitive design. How does the user interface impact the experience for the end user? I will tell you, almost everybody in my class, all my peers, they all chose a product, a solution, a service, a website, an app, but I am a little bit different. I like to think that my teachers really appreciated my perspective. Hopefully I made it super fun for them to read my project, because me being a little quirky, a little bit of like an Elle Woods coming in here, I chose to study something about myself, because as I was learning about intuitive design, I quickly realized, holy crap! I've been leveraging intuitive design my entire life because I am one of those strange, weird, particular people that is very precise when it comes to how I organize my belongings, how I organize my room, and in particular, how I organize my closet. So that is what I chose to study, is how I use intuitive design in my closet space. So here's the deal. My entire life, I have been organizing my closet in two separate categories. The first category is, number one, what is it? Is it a tank top, a t-shirt, a long sleeve shirt? Is it jeans, dress? Maybe it's a blouse or a business suit. And then from there, within that category, I then organize it into the second category, which is based on color coordination. Is it black? Is it brown? Is it cream? Is it white? Is it red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple? So that when I open my closet, it's so incredibly easy for me to see my options when I'm getting ready. And another fun related fact is that when I was a teenager, I always knew when my sister borrowed something because it would be out of place. I'd open my closet and I'd be like, this isn't where it belongs. What has happened here? And I would confront her and she'd be like, oh my gosh, how did you know? Are you a mind reader? And I'd be like, no, I just apparently use intuitive design in my closet. Whereas she, along with many other people, embrace what we like to call organized chaos, which actually works really, really well for some people. And for her in particular, it lends itself really nicely to her creative ability. So no ding on organized chaos. I am just slightly different. My brain works a little bit differently. And so that was my very first exposure to studying intuitive design, was the fact that I related the truth that, oh my goodness, I definitely use intuitive design when it comes to my closet space. And by the way, this doesn't just have to be with your home or with product design. It can actually be used in the workplace as well, and it can be used in the overarching community. There are entire teams of people dedicated to this. There are entire teams of experts dedicated to designing neighborhoods and entire cities. They are urban designers who literally create lifestyle situations. These are the people who say, let's create a walking trail. Let's put on a bridle path here. What is the walkability of this neighborhood? How do we access fresh foods? Does this neighborhood or does this community lend itself to inspire people to make decisions to help them be well? So that's how this concept can go all the way out to community. And then from a business perspective or from a workplace perspective, a really good example of this is that a lot of offices will have hydration stations. Super simple, super easy. It's essentially just making water the first choice for someone to say, I'm thirsty. What are my options? Oh, look, let's not put a vending machine with sodas right here. Let's make this aesthetically pleasing hydration station with free, really nice filtered drinking water, maybe even offering sparkling water on tap. Okay, guys, I am a sparkling water fiend. I absolutely adore sparkling water so much. In fact, I have one right here that I'm drinking as I'm recording my episode. Another way some of my clients use intuitive design when it comes to workplace well-being programs is, let's take, for example, a workplace cafeteria. If you have a workplace cafeteria, a great solution for using intuitive design is leveraging a color-coded system to visually make options clear. So you have your green light, your yellow light, and your red light. Your green light is going to indicate, okay, this is a healthy option for you. Your yellow light is going to say, meh, like, okay, it's a mediocre option, it's okay. And your red light is going to indicate, this is an indulgence. This is a special treat. So you're still offering the options in your cafeteria. You're also helping your employees use that cognitive load to say, okay, let's make the best decision for myself. Another element of this is making the healthy options with fresh, balanced, wholesome ingredients front and center, and the unhealthy options needing a little bit more of a concerted effort to choose them because they're not front and center. Beyond the physical environment in the workplace, you can use intuitive design to support your culture of well-being at work through your policies, your procedures, your SOPs, or your standard operating processes. For your managers, your supervisors, your people leaders, your executive team, you can build this into goals or your KPIs. And that's going to be for another episode. I'm not going to bombard you with this information on the introduction to intuitive design, but just keep that in mind when we bring this up in a future episode for the workplace in particular. That's going to be tying in that element. So let's save that for a future episode so we can learn in detail, and let's hop back into culture of well-being for the home. For now, I loved so much to bring the whole thought process of the concept of intuitive design front of mind when we were doing a major home remodel in 2021. It was such an incredible opportunity to ask ourselves, how can we invite well-being into our home, into our experience of daily living? And I would love to dedicate another future episode entirely to this, because there is so much hidden potential that I believe the common builder or contractor or designer might not even consider. And it's just interesting because a lot of our guests, they'll walk into our home and they'll be like, it just feels healthy. And I'm like, thank you, because that was very intentional in the way that I designed our home, was to invite well-being into our home. But for today, for the purpose of this episode, introduction to intuitive design, let's focus on one particular area I really used intuitive design, which was in my kitchen. So here we are living on our homestead, and we have all of these amazing natural resources right outside of our window. We have our orchard with our avocados and our citrus and our stone fruit and our apples and our veggie garden and our homegrown herbs and our fluffy butt hut with our ladies laying farm fresh eggs on the daily. We already have all of this right here at our fingertips, already a huge part of our lifestyle. And I thought to myself, how can I intentionally extend that by bringing this easy access of healthy options inside into our kitchen design, kind of having this seamless feel from the outdoors, from the homestead, and bringing it indoors into our kitchen. So when you look at my kitchen now, you'll see options like fresh fruits and veggies and whole grains, always your primary option. Anywhere from our open shelves to our refrigerator, to our main pantry, to our secondary pantry. Yes, So we have a primary pantry and we have a secondary pantry. Our primary pantry has all of our recommended healthy options. And then we have a secondary pantry that's slightly out of the way that has the more unhealthy options. We even have designed a drawer system for our kids so that they know if they want a snack, there is a 100% good to go drawer where they can open it up and choose anything they want. And there is an entirely separate drawer for indulgences and special treats. It's not like these things aren't in our house. It's not even like these things are locked away or anything bonkers like that. It's just the simple act of visually and physically having it separated so that your brain doesn't even have to process it as an option. We've dubbed the secondary drawer as the special treat drawer so that we can say, okay, go pick out a special treat for your lunch. Or, okay, it's dessert time, go pick out a special treat. And the kids know when they're making that decision to open that drawer, it is cueing their brain to say, this is an indulgence. I am going to savor this even more than the norm. So when you create this drawer system and this pantry system, it's making the unhealthy choice just a little bit out of the way, just a little bit inconvenient. It's not like we don't have these options in our house, because I am a firm believer in balance and in satisfying cravings if it's going to make life happier and a better experience overall. It's just now forcing you to use that cognitive load that we've talked about in the beginning. So remember, the cognitive load is when your brain has to go into that executive state to make a decision. So we're now using that cognitive load to say, okay, I'm going out of my way to do this. This is a conscious decision, and it's not just at eye level. Because we all know when we're hungry and our eyes are speaking for our stomach, for our body, for our brain, our eyes are going to see those potato chips and they're going to say, that's it. It's so quick. It's so easy. It's right there. I see it. It's at eye level. It is right at my hand level. I'm just going to grab that bag of potato chips. Yum. So maybe you put these potato chips on a higher shelf, and now maybe you even need a step stool to reach them, or at least for me, because I am a solid, almost foot shorter than my husband. So now I'm going to need a little boost to get up there and get those potato chips. Now, with this intentional design, I am making the clear decision to invest in an indulgence, in a luxury. It's not going to be my standard go-to option. Maybe that will be nuts or trail mix that's easy to see, that's at eye level, or a piece of whole grain toast to make into avocado toast. And then the chips are no longer the easy decision. By the way, grocery stores are phenomenal at leveraging intuitive design on the topic of design in their stores. They are subliminally telling you what you want, what you should buy. Do you know how much money brands pay to put their products at eye level or at end caps? And have you ever heard of the saying, stick to the perimeter of the store, where you're not even accessing like the ultra processed goods on the inside of the store? You're accessing more along the lines of the fresh, wholesome options. And that is yet another fun dedicated episode for the future. I would love to do a episode specifically designed on grocery shopping. We'll do that one of these times. So grocery stores aside, in addition to our pantries and our open shelves and our drawer system, we also use intuitive design in our refrigerator. So you open our fridge and all of our freshly prepped fruits and vegetables and healthy dairy options and farm fresh eggs are all at eye level. And on that note, taking the time to rinse and prep your produce when you come home from the grocery store, when you come home from the farm stand, when you come back from harvesting on your homestead, I promise you, will encourage your family 1,000,000% to make the healthy choice. They may not go digging for an entire stalk of celery hidden in the back of a drawer, but if you wash and slice the individual ribs and have them at eye level and in an aesthetically pleasing glass in your fridge, staying freshly hydrated in nice, crispy water, then heck yes, you betcha your family is going to make that quick and easy choice to grab those celery and eat them with some nut butter. That is going to be the quick and easy choice because those are going to be the things that are at eye level. Also, another fun fact, our refrigerator came with these two large, long drawers, and all of the promotional material for this fridge, they categorize them as meat and cheese drawers. Like all of the pictures of the fridge, all of the marketing materials, like even when you open it up, I'm pretty sure that like there was some like blue kind of like tape over the drawers that said like meats and cheese. And I was like, well, whoever designed this fridge must really like deli sandwiches and charcuterie boards. But I am more of a crudité type gal, and you best believe that I took the biggest drawer, the one that is directly ergonomically at hand level. So you have this like hand eye, this mind body coordination. And you know that I repurposed this drawer into the biggest, baddest produce drawer you could ever imagine. You better move out the way and make room for some crudité action. You know that Eva's fridge is going to have fresh produce front and center. And that, my friends, is intuitive design for your lifestyle at its finest. And my one takeaway for you, without having to do an entire home remodel, without having to start your own homestead, without having to spend one single dime, is to do this. You are going to carve out just 20 minutes of your day. That's it. And you're going to choose one specific micro area of your kitchen. You're not going to do the whole thing, okay? You're going to start with one specific micro area. This might be a shelf in your fridge. This might be one specific cabinet. Maybe it's a drawer. Maybe it's one area of your pantry. You are going to choose one of these areas to edit. And by edit, what I mean is you are going to ask yourself, what are my healthy choices here that I want to have easy access for myself and my family? On the flip side, what are the indulgences? What are the special treats? What are the things that I might want to put a little bit more thought into savoring because this is a luxury? And take this moment to reorganize this micro area using intuitive design. What are my eyes going to see? Where are my hands automatically going to go so that you can make the healthy choices the easiest choices? And from here, you might be like, holy cow, this is so much fun. I love this. And then so maybe you're going to carve out some more time and chip away at your whole entire kitchen little by little. And soon enough, you will have created this space for you, for yourself, for your family, that when they go in, it just automatically feels fresh and it automatically feels like, I want to make the healthy choice when I'm in here. So that is your homework for today. Super simple, super easy. I will tell you, this might just change your whole entire life for the better because this is just the beginning of opening up the entire world of designing your life to foster your well-being and the well-being of those around you. I am so excited to hear from you. Okay, guys, on this particular episode, episode number 5, I am finally pulling in the element of pulling. So I'm using a poll as an option for this episode of Wellbeing by Design. And I would love to hear from you because I am trying to collect as much raw data as possible so that I can have credible data to share back with you. So the question, so like if you're listening to this while you're driving or you're doing something else, just keep in mind like, okay, got to go back to this episode because I'm going to answer this poll super quick and easy. It is a multiple choice, so you don't have to think too much about it. The question is, which area of your life could benefit most from intuitive design that reduces decision fatigue and supports your well-being? So which of these is going to hold the most opportunity to improve your well-being through intuitive design by reducing decision fatigue? Okay, go ahead and pop on, answer below. And with doing so, I will also get to know my audience even more. So I will get to know what your areas of interest are, and I can start to design these episodes specifically about what you're interested in. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's episode, Introduction to Intuitive Design. As always, may you continue to live the life you love and love the life you live. Until next time.